a new battery in it.
Daddy, Dada, this.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. I'll be honest, it really feels like it's been a while since I said that. I know I had that brush clearing video out last week. Had to take a little bit of a break though before that, just because we are kind of getting back into the swing of things at work. So just kind of back to work full time. Meetings in the evenings, trying to get stuff done around the house. Kind of had to take a break from filming for a few weeks and editing, just so that I could put a little bit more focus on getting some stuff done. One of those things is trying to finalize the paperwork for the new house, because boy am I getting antsy to start that. But anyways, brings us to today's video. Now I did a terrible job of it last year, so I'm going to try doing a much better job of it this year, since I will be over at the property. But I really kind of neglected cutting the grass. I think I got it cut once or twice with the big brush hog on that tractor that Josh and I partnered up and bought. But unfortunately, I kind of neglected the Fourtrax quad and the Swisher pull behind mower. So right now, just kind of going through some general maintenance on both of them. Both of them have dead batteries. I tried to jump both of them, and I think the carburetor's plugged up in this. I think the fuel injectors are plugged up in the mower, just from sitting for the better part of a year with bad gas in them. So got a little bit of tear down to do. Now, just to kind of bring you up to speed, Eleanor and I did go up to the property and pick up the quad. I yanked the battery out. I have that on my battery charger right here, which, as you can see, that red light's on, which means it is charging. So hopefully that is still good, and hopefully I don't have to buy a new one. I went ahead and threw some Gorilla Tape on this seat, because once you get moving, this thing rips and you need some grip on your seat, and we were really lacking that. So naturally, you got to do it the factory way and tape it with the seams facing up. That way, as you try to slide back from the amount of power that this baby has, you know, these little lips are going to help to catch your legs and hold you on. This thing's a rocket ship. Just kidding. No, but in actuality, there's a lot of power in this little Fourtrax, and I am very thankful that I was able to snag this one off my dad before it sat there and rotted. So once that's done charging, I'm going to go ahead and do a test on it with my multimeter to see if it still holds a load. Now, in case you're unfamiliar with this sort of stuff, just because a battery says it's fully charged doesn't mean it's actually good. And a lot of times with, so that's just an acid and plate battery. It's as opposed to like these new gel batteries that have been coming out over the last number of years. The acid and plates will kind of, oh, it's been a while, so I forget the term, but basically you get built up on all the plates, and it'll show it's holding a charge, but whenever you try to put any sort of load on it, such as starting a quad, it just dies and falls on its face. So we'll do a load test on that battery. We'll go through, make sure all the electronics work, the braking systems work. I really didn't even ride it, so I don't know if I need to do an oil change on that, but regardless, we'll check the oil level, clean out the carburetor. That's always fun. Make sure that's all nice and clear, and then we'll bring the mower in. Actually, I have to go get that from the property still, so that'll be fun. Bring the mower in and kind of give it the same rundown. So enjoy. All right, so up here at the property garage now, looking at the pull behind Swisher mower. It does have a 66-inch deck. I do know that I specified that in my review video on this, and I'll be honest, even though it's kind of sitting here and needs some tender loving care, my review still holds up. I do still think it is a wonderful piece of machinery that has exceeded my expectations on what I was using it for. So now I need to kind of, you know, put a little bit of time a couple bucks into it, doing some general maintenance, doing some cleanup, get this thing running so that as I'm here working on the house, I can take an hour every 2 to 3 weeks, mow the field down, and keep that really nice for Rachel and the girls to come hang out in and just be here while I'm working on the house. All right, so I idled it down just so I could do a little bit of talking. What had happened is the way the fuel filter was positioned, I don't think the initial startup, I don't think it had enough pressure to get that gas into the cylinder head to fire on the spark plug. And it's definitely old gas. You can smell it while it's burning, and you can kind of see that smoke coming out. That's I'm gonna double check the oil, but the oil should be good, but with bad gas sometimes you do get that smoke coming out. So that's it's kind of a big weight lifted off my head. I mean, I just think I'm probably gonna need a new battery. Whenever we bring the quad up, we'll do a load test on that battery to see if I can just recharge it and it'll be fine. If not, and I need to get a new battery, so be it. Small price to pay for negligence there, but other than that, oil and oil filter, and we'll check the air filter, but that should be good, and she'll be back in business. That made me really happy right there. Tell them we're putting a new battery in it.
Daddy, Dada,
Okay, Eleanor, let's see if it fires up, okay? Lights on. Alright, so the quad fires up too. Probably take it for a quick test run in the yard real quick just to see if I was still having the same problem as last year. Hey Eleanor, you want to go for a quick ride? Yeah? Okay. All right, so me and Eleanor, say hi. Me and Eleanor just took Fourtrax for just a little spin through the yard. Wasn't getting really the same thing that I was getting last year, where it would run for a couple minutes and then shut off. that was happening, I was thinking maybe the carburetor needed cleaned out. One of those jets was getting a little clogged up or something, but it wasn't doing that. One thing I did notice is that I had to run it about half choke. Just wasn't really wanting to stay running with the choke off, and chalk that up to it not being run for a year or so. So we're probably cycling some gas. It is less than good through that. So we'll go ahead and drain the gas tank. Crack it, at the very least, crack open the bowl on the carburetor and let that drain out. If there's any impurities or anything like that, debris in the carburetor will drain out through the bowl. We'll get some new gas in it, and probably some ethanol treatment as well. We'll do the same thing with the mower, and hopefully we'll be back up to the property tomorrow mowing grass. All right, so now that I got the quad and back up to the property, it's all running great. I got the mower up and running, that's running good. I decided to take a little extra precaution since I didn't do it before and put some gas treatment into the gas tank. Now, just a single bottle like this will treat up to 21 gallons, but basically what this is gonna do is it's going to help the gas burn cleaner. So any impurities or anything that got built up on the exhaust, oh boy, I'm blanking, exhaust valves or in the exhaust system after the burn, along with the mower, it's going to help to burn those out, as well as this does help to remove any moisture that may have built up in the gas tank just from sitting, heating up in here, cooling down. You get some condensation built up on, I don't know if you can hear it, but that is a metal tank. That should tell you about how old this thing is. So metal gas tanks are a little bit more prone to building up some moisture on the inside with the constant temperature swings. So this is going to help remove any moisture from in the gas, so that once again we get a cleaner burn. Hopefully prolong the life of that engine. I mean, the Fourtrax is something that you really can't kill. I think Whistling Diesel has proven that with as many times as he sent one of these bad boys down the hill and straight into the woods. So between putting this in there, we got a new battery for the lawnmower. Fortunately, it didn't perform as well as I was hoping to on that load test, so I bought a new battery. Not that big of a deal. I think it was like 40 bucks, so small price to pay for a little bit of negligence on my part, but won't let that happen again. But yeah, so we are good to go ahead and get everything situated, get all my cameras back down to the field, and start mowing. So I am about 45 minutes into it. Those drone batteries were only lasting about 20 to 25 minutes. So realistically, it is going really good. I just kind of underestimated how much this grass grew over the last few days between me brush hogging and getting here now. It has been about a week, but we did get some rain last weekend, and then just kind of not realizing how thick this area is up here. I had to stop and adjust this. I put the swisher on the highest setting for the deck height, and I mean, it's doing a good job. I'm almost at the point where I can start doing a full pass, whereas before I was kind of having to stagger them and do half of a pass at a time. That way this wasn't bogging down, it was cutting through it real nice. Down here though, I was able to do a full pass, no problem. It's not nearly as thick down here. look at that nice fresh cut grass, all thanks to the Honda Fourtrax and the Swisher 66-inch finish cut pull behind mower. Man, do I love this. Now the reason why I'm extremely happy about this is because if you've ever worked with like a field grass like I'm dealing with here, it can actually be really nice grass. The problem is that over time, since it kind of grows up real tall, nobody really mows it until it gets real tall. A lot of farmers, they'll just kind of bale it up and feed it to their cattle or horses or whatever. The bases get really thick and really dense, and then whenever you mow it, you walk on it, you think it's real hard grass, real tough grass, real, you know, uncomfortable to, you know, let's say throw a blanket down, have a picnic on, or, you know, let kids run around in. But if you keep it mowed, it's actually really nice grass. It's really soft, it's not hard at all, so it's actually really nice. So another thing I wanted to point out is that this, I believe it's a 99, could be a 2000 Honda Fourtrax. It's air cold, it's not water cold. So because I'm driving around at such a slow pace, the Swisher says you know, not to exceed about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So because I'm driving around kind of slower on this quad, I can feel it heating up. So I think we're just going to take maybe 10 or 15 minutes, let it cool back down, and then we can get set up and jump over there and catch those smaller areas. But this makes me very happy to have a nice freshly mowed field. So yeah, I'll see you guys over there. Alright folks, so as you can tell by my drone case, it's starting to rain pretty good, which kind of sucks because this wasn't supposed to be here until about noon. I got, I think, 3 or 4 passes in down along the bottom here, a couple along the top. So I just basically have that middle section to go and then up and down the driveway. But I'm standing out here with all my camera, and myself, I'm getting soaked. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. All right, everybody, I got the quad mower and tractor and brush hog pulled back in to the garage. The lead shed, that's what we were calling this. Yeah, so I got everything pulled back in the lead shed since it decided to go ahead and start raining on me a little earlier than anticipated. Kind of a bummer, but at the same time, I am extremely happy with the amount of grass I got cut this morning. I was kind of hoping to get some more grass cut at my actual house, but I guess that'll have to wait for another day. So, I mean, all in all, this was, I think this was a very productive past couple days. We got the quad and the mower both back to running with a little bit of TLC. I didn't realize at the time, I thought I had my camera on, but I didn't when I was draining the carburetor and doing all that stuff to the quad, so sorry you missed that. Maybe we'll do that again here next year when we're doing tune-ups. But for the most part, we got the quad and the mower back to running. Got to use them. I know it's not on this video, but got the tractor and brush hog. Again, the maintenance done on that, and used them last week. So all in all, like I said, I think it was a pretty productive couple days. I'm happy, the field's happy, Rachel, Eleanor, and Victoria are happy. So basically, that means I'm very happy. So enough rambling. I want to thank you guys for tuning back in to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. If you liked what you saw, please click like and subscribe. Don't forget to like us on Instagram, and don't forget to check out our store on Etsy. I have a few more new products coming out, so make sure you guys jump over, check those out, and then pop back over here and drop me a comment. Let me know what you like or dislike. That's the best form of support that you can give me. Feels good to be back over here working at the property. So I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.